Welcome everybody to the It's Not Too Late Baby video blog, and I would like to introduce our host and author of the book, Eva G Kane.
Hi everybody.
So we're here today and we were discussing, is Eva an expert on saving your marriage?
The only thing I feel like I'm an expert on is my own marriage, and that people have the potential to be an expert on their own marriage. Because I can't save you. I can, like you said, give you some tools and show you and tell you how I healed. And you know, your husband chose you and you chose him for a reason, and sometimes it's your dharma to help each other and crack open. I feel like everybody in a marriage, especially I was in a 24-year marriage, you know a lot of things about your spouse, you know about their background, and if you don't, ask questions. That's the only thing I would say. Find out. Everybody has some kind of trauma, even if you have a tiny trauma or a big trauma, everybody has something in their past which shapes the way you are. I think a lot for the women, they get very absorbed with the children, and they direct a lot of their attention. I know for me, I can only tell my story, is I felt like my husband's, he's a grown-up. He could take care of himself. My child was going through a bad time. I was like 14, 15. My husband's sister was dying. My father was getting old. He needed a lot of attention. So I felt like my husband, he's a grown man. He can take care of himself. My father, who's older, needs me. My son, who's younger, needs me. And that's what happened with me.
So you feel
I took my eye off the ball.
right, and you feel maybe you weren't there for him as much as he needed you.
And you know, he would say, "I'm fine. You know, are you okay?" "I'm fine." He wasn't fine, and people, I didn't understand that because I'm so out there. I'm so what's inside is outside. I'm very like, here I am. People aren't like that. So, you know, it's a fine dance because here you are trying as much as you can to care and help when they're not letting you in. You know, and some people are just really, really closed off. So it took, in the book, you'll see how I had to do some Nancy Drew research work, and I had to really get in there and then throw, stuff at him and say, what the hell is going on?
When a wife or a husband cheats, usually the first reaction from the other person in the marriage is, that's it, I'm done.
I'm done. Exactly. I couldn't do that because my parents divorced when I was the same age as my son was. Here we are, fast forward to my son's 19, I think it was. And that's when I found out, and that's how old I was when my parents divorced. And I knew exactly what to expect. 35 years of stepmothers, stepfathers,
right,
broken home. I just knew it. I knew the map.
It's hard. It's tough.
Recipe. And I just said, I have to find another way.
Okay.
And so this is a man that chose me. Why did he choose me? I'm so outgoing. He's so closed up. Think about it. So if I could just get in there, find a way in there,
right,
grind a few wheels, and why I want to share is because I see beautiful things happening. My husband is a beautiful person who just went a little awry, and when you give someone that chance, which I feel a lot of people don't get there. If you give someone a chance and you understand them and you know them and you can kind of help them understand what happened and why you understand with the compassion, and you live in the present moment, that person can really be a beautiful person underneath it. You have to look at your ego. And what I talk about in the book is your heart over your ego. And your ego could be in your mind. So I'm not an expert, but I did complete my Kundalini Yoga Level 1 teacher training, and you do learn a lot of psychology in that. So that's a big thing, is putting your heart over your ego and your mind. And that's what a lot of people, nobody does this to me. Like, that's a lot of what we feel. And I could have gone that way, but I didn't. I sat there at night with my Eckhart Tolle books reading. It's present moment, the present moment. I couldn't even deal with a whole chapter book. There's that one book I talk about, Peace in the Present Moment, which is just a picture of a flower and a little saying. And that's all I could handle, was a picture of a flower and a little saying that helped me through, stay in the present moment. That's all we have. We have to get past our egos. If you want to hold on to your ego, game over. Game over.
It's done.
It's you and your ego.